We back with blessed today. We are talking about again the great unlock. And
Yes.
wanted to actually touch on a point we going to cover, which is the masculine and feminine balanced energy. So how to balance, remain balanced and aligned, and how this impact your ability to manifest.
hmm
So what do you think of that, Blessed?
Well, I think right now, I mean, both are maligned, the feminine and the masculine. And this isn't to say masculine equal male, feminine equal female. Everybody's got this stuff, right? I think most people watching this probably know that. But just to get that out of the way, but the masculine especially is set up a lot, at least in the Western society. Most of our audience, I would say, with this idea that you got to go do something, and if it's not working, you got to do more of it or harder or whatever, because you have people to protect, and you're afraid that if you don't do these things, then you're not going to get what you need in order to provide for your family or anything really, like uh, family or no. So yeah, I feel like that's really kind of maligned and flawed in most people right now, not even just men. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's actually it's true. I mean, you can be a woman and still be in full masculine energy,
Mm.
and um and I guess it's the same result. I didn't believe it at first. For a long time I was struggling with the idea that making money was and I'm gonna say making money because money is a feminine energy. It's not actually masculine at all. So for a
Mm.
long time I was struggling with the idea that it's feminine because I was like, how? Because as far as I was concerned, I was raised by a family where the men used to go out there and bring back the money. So for me, it was like it's impossible. It's got to be about hustling and stuff like that. Which I got tired of it, got a
Yeah.
burnout, which turned out to be an spiritual awakening for me. But anyways, yeah. So I would say, yeah, the balance is necessary, not because you're trying to get rid of the male energy, but because remaining in your balance, be in harmonious with yourself, do help. I was
hmm
operating purely from a place of doing, like I wasn't using my hydration and even when people used to tell me that using
or
hydration,
ignoring
like
it, even
I
worse.
yeah, exactly. So for me, it was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not gonna come for free. Like, I'm gonna have to go and do something.
hmm
But eventually, I realized that that is not even how wealth is made and how wealthy people even operate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they,
So
they
I
don't
remember,
work.
yeah. Do you know what? It's funny because I remember this person saying that if you find yourself working over 4 hours a week and you're still struggling for money, you are not doing what you're supposed to.
Right, you're already doing it wrong. Yeah.
Yep. And for a long time, I was just like struggling with the idea of that. I say, what do you mean now? These people are talking rubbish, and all the excuses I was trying to do to try and
Right.
find. Yeah. But
Yeah.
you had a corporate job. You're
Oh
blessed.
yes, most of my career was corporate. So ooh, yeah. Oh, Kat, money is a feminine, not Monday. Sorry, just looked at chat.
Money,
I'm
but maybe Monday as well.
yeah, maybe Monday is. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Cat.
but yeah, the corporate lifestyle, let's say, you're set up to be inherently flawed in your energy right from the get-go, right? Like metrics, analytics, are you meeting these benchmarks? Are you doing this arbitrary thing that somebody else invented to keep their job that is now your problem? Like and everybody and when I point that out, it's not to point a finger at that person, it's to say they're doing the same thing. I got to do something to make sure that I have a job to bring home the bacon, so to speak, even male or female, doesn't matter. um, yeah, it's just it's really it's rife in the corporate world. Everybody's trying to get ahead of everybody else, and most people end up trying to do that, I would suggest, whether they realize it or not, by pushing other people down. And you don't manifest by doing that. You're actually you're shooting yourself in the foot if you do that, because you're implying that you're not enough already the whole time you're doing that. And the moment you start pushing somebody else down, well, now you're pushing against the mirror of life and telling life that you're not enough because you have to push these other people down, which is just making it even worse for yourself. So
Yeah.
it's real easy to fall into that trap. And then, oh my God, you do that for years and you end up with all kinds of ailments because you're not listening to your intuition. And oof, yeah, not so good.
Really
Yeah.
quick, can we circle back to money being a feminine energy? Can you talk a little bit more about that? I see Kat has put that back in the chat.
Hey, Memoria.
Yeah, well, it's well, another thing I found out about energy as
Oh,
a
you're echoing, Malekta.
energy as a whole, I found out that when it comes to energies anyway of creation, I mean, what you want to create from the the sacral chakras, and obviously a lot of us suffer from distortion, so we've
Mhm.
misunderstood how the body even work. And it's not that you need just feminine energy, but some energies, like when they are feminine, it's a feminine energy, and it's just not masculine energy. And you realize that as you take time to use your intuition. So for me, it came across when I was taking decision for business or certain ventures that I wanted to achieve and do. I was first thinking of doing, and I was the whole problem not listening my intuition, that was saying to me like, this is not a good idea. This is not so good. This is not the way you have to go about it. Now, the masculine energy only come after that, where the masculine would just allow you to do to execute the aligned action. And for me, that was difficult to understand at first, because I had old patterns I was hanging on to, and I used to convince myself like, well, I might be tired today, but I know that what I've done is going to matter. And then I used to wonder why I didn't see result, or at least such small result. And I'm from the music industry, so it's an industry where masculine energy is really strong, and a lot of the time we had the saying that, well, you have to do some factory working. So basically you have to just produce so many songs, and then out of that many songs you'll see some result, so maybe 5%, 2% result. And then I realized
Oh yeah,
that
getting hung up on the stats. Yeah.
why
Oh,
exactly
God.
I became analytic and trying to be like, and I'm still I'm from a certain I guess from a certain perspective, but more not without my intuition, my feminine energy. I just really use that first, because ultimately, once you want to create, it's feminine energy first, and then the aligned action come second. And when I began to do that, I realized, wow, things are easy, and I allow myself to also say, oh, it's an easy thing to do. It's an easy thing to execute. Before I was like, no, if it's not hard, it's not worth anything.
Right.
That's yeah,
Rewiring beliefs. That's
yeah,
important.
yeah, and
This thing will screw you up a lot.
yeah, exactly. So it's about balance, and the universe work that way. So you it's not like you just have to have your feminine energy, but we are unbalanced. From we live in a world that is a world of doing, so you have to do more in this world with little result, as opposed to some people in this world doing less and have amazing or great result. How is that? It's because it's not about doing. We wouldn't know by now if it was. So, and then I dug deeper and I realized, oh, it's because some energies, they're just feminine energy. They're not even masculine energy.
Mhm.
And I realized that, and I was like, oh snap, that is why. And there's you do have masculine energy, but once you're able to decipher which one is which, then you realize that when you take an aligned action, you get a greater result.
Right.
So
You're not
yeah,
tripping yourself up in the process because you're
yeah, and
listening to
there's
both sides.
exactly, and there's
Yeah.
another thing about keeping your energy field um clear. It's a part of it. And make sure you're in full integrity, which we will touch on that
Yes.
during the event. How do you remain in full integrity? And that has a lot to see with magnetism as well, which is another thing a lot of people ignore. But we'll yeah, get that in detail, like talk about this during the live event.
Mhm.
Yeah, so hopefully I answer Your question?
And then some might say, yeah.
I'm seeing
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
seeing someone saying, "What is channeling and how does that work?" So, Blessed, what do you think?
Channeling, well, that can tie into manifestation too, actually. So channeling, people get hung up on the idea of like, say, Bashar or a Seth or an Edgar Casey or someone channeling some extra dimensional being and receiving information that way, which fine and well, but channeling is just aligning to a source that you can't really see, if you want to put it that way. So you can channel that new speech that you want to write, that new poem you want to the new art piece. You're channeling from somewhere that is beyond your little receiver brain. Here is really all it is. It's not some grandiose thing. People do it all the time. Like, if I get into a groove talking about this stuff, I'll start channeling, so to speak, because I'm pulling from somewhere that isn't this, little meat popsicle I've got before you here. So that would be my take on channeling. It's not some thing you got to learn how to do. It's something everybody does all the time. So.
Would you say it has anything to see with like even manifesting? Can you use channeling to help you?
Oh, absolutely.
What would you say? Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to manifesting beyond that, then, so say you want to make that art piece. Like to your mic. Sorry. Say you want to make that grand work of art that you keep seeing little flashes of, right? Because let's say you're aligned, you've got your feminine, you got your masculine, and you keep seeing flashes of this. It's inspiration, right? Well, now you sit down to do it. That inspiration is coming from a place beyond your little receiver here, your brain. It's more coming from your heart space and tapping into, say, the field, if you want to put it that way. It's something beyond just you, just here in the physical. And then you start painting that out, and before you know it, you have this beautiful piece of art, and you channeled the whole thing. It came from beyond here. Like that right there is you manifesting this wonderful work of art that you wanted to create. And how it goes from there is, I mean, that can be part of the manifestation too. Are you going to sell it? Are you putting it on the wall? But that would tie into channeling. That would be a very good example of how to channel and bring in a manifested idea at the same time. They're really tied together that way. So
yeah, I second that, because for me, being more in my feminine energy, which I needed to do that because I was fully operating from a masculine energy standpoint. So when I started realizing that manifestation do rhyme with intuition, then part of channeling is that, because when you fully in your intuition, using your feminine aspect of you, the feminine aspect of you, you're channeling. You essentially channeling.
Mhm.
We are constantly channeling. That is true, but I'm just saying that in the sense that when you want to manifest a desired outcome,
right.
so that's what I realized what's taking place.
Right.
So yeah,
When you're in the driver's seat instead of the passenger seat.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, so we're gonna I'm definitely going to talk about the integrity of your magnetic field as well, your auric field, and what it is, because it does impact you. So it is being manipulated, because there's energy manipulation. We can do that ourselves, but also we can be manipulated as well. But that's only because we are allowing that particular event to take place. So it's
Right.
still you allowing to be manipulated because of lack of knowledge, and also there's many things when it comes to manifestation we ignore, and people need to be made aware of that.
Absolutely.
How this all work.
I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of back and forth with that just between the two of us, because I want to harp a lot on the harp. I want to bring up the idea and really drill on it for a little bit regarding beliefs and how those affect it. And beliefs are in your field. So I'm sure we'll go back and forth on that a bit. That'll be fun.
That would be fun, and essentially it's funny how everything it's connected and come back together as well.
Yeah.
When there's certain laws in the universe, and one is love, and power manifesting something, it has a lot to see with love as well. And it's not a coincidence why maybe someone will prepare a great dinner made with love, and you can feel it,
Right. You
and you can
definitely
feel
feel that.
great. Yeah. And
Oh man, I got a great example. I had a garden I grew one year, and I had some kohlrabi. Never had kohlrabi before in my whole life ever. Turns out you can eat the leaves, the stems, and the plant itself. And I grew these things lovingly. The first meal I made with that was the best meal I've had in my whole life. Like, and it was just this one plant, but it was like you could feel that. Like, it's so real if you just, you know, put your belief into it and do it. So yeah.
yeah, I mean, doing homesteading as well, part of that as well. I was able to actually experience it as well. And I remember come
Awesome.
to manifesting something, interacting with plants, veg, fruits, trees. I realized that the intention I was setting for myself, and the aligned action I was taking had an impact on that plant as well. Because there is
Yes.
also, when you trying to manifest for others, um, it is a real thing as well.
Yes,
What do
it
you think of
is.
that?
Hmm. Yeah, I've done it before. Like I've had examples in my own life, and I'll go into that in the event. Um, that just loving intent, right? Because okay, that person in your life just lost their job, and in their world right now, the best thing that they feel they could do is go get another job. So okay, well, meet them where they're at. You can help them find that without lifting a finger, so to speak. Like you have so much more power than you give yourself credit when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I second that. It's funny. I see someone saying that is there's a way to control intrusive thoughts. That's something I struggle with when trying to manifest. Yeah, well, that's the okay. This is really interesting, actually. Okay, so about thoughts, it's something we definitely going to talk about during that event,
Yep.
and the mechanism of that, and how you have to interact or choose not to interact with it. Um, Thoughts, they're not necessarily yours. Number one,
Hmm.
there is energy manipulation, but again, like I said, is that you are allowing this to take place. And most of the time, for a lot of people, it's because they don't know. They don't know how the body works. They don't know that they're actually a broadcasting station. Uh, I'm comparing it to a broadcasting station
Hmm.
or by a computer. And then when it's misused, this is how I feel. You have these intrusive thoughts, and you get into these thought patterns, and it does affect your ability to manifest
Absolutely.
what you desire, because you do manifest regardless anyway. That's a bad default setting. So when you have these
Hmm.
intrusive thoughts, you end up to manifest a reality that's not really what you wish for. So, but yeah, as far as us getting into details about having intrusive thoughts and the impact of those on you, on the integrity of your field, we are going to cover that during the and how to spot them, and how to deal with it, and how to behave as well,
Yes,
for yourself.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an
So
empowerment event.
absolutely.
We want you to walk away just as capable as what we've discovered in our own lives. We want that for you guys, because the more of us do that, the better this place gets, you know? So, you know, and then you
Yeah.
can pass that on to the next person and the next person. And that's great. That's beautiful. So
And part of letting go, and not being your judgment is really really important, because I'm gonna
yes.
tell you something. The Masonic teaching um, is real, and they knew a lot about
Yes.
that, and it's not a coincidence why people that are part of it are pretty successful, may I say. Now, I'm not trying to say that they don't have their own issues and that, because manifestation is not just about money; it's also about love, about health. But then it all works the same. But yes, these are little details we'll definitely be sharing.
Hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, everybody that showed up since. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Jay. See you, Jay. So yeah, but Jay, you already know everything, don't you? Jay's well aware, well tapped in. Yeah. But yeah, guys. So basically, if you want to register for that event, we actually posted in the chat the link. I'm actually going to post it again. And if you are interested about knowing about the thoughts and how the actual body work as well in conjunction to our consciousness, our our essence, and how that can impact you ability to manifest. And part of it is remaining harmonious and balancing masculine and feminine energy, because it's extremely important.
Right. And it's time. It's time. That's, we got kind of a call to action with stuff like this, because we feel compelled to do this to help everybody else out, because it's time. It's not like, as we brought up before, like there's no reason to carry on in the silliness and the madness out there, right? You feel it, so let's make a difference. Let's change that. So
100%, 100%. And I'm
let's
saying,
go.
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. It's Raimoya. You're saying I sometimes have intrusive thoughts that play on repeat until I realize I have to stop them somehow. Well, you don't have them. That's the key. You don't have them. Understand there's collective manifestation, and there's you're part of the field, the collective field. You're not on your own. So perhaps you are an empath, and you pick up on other people's feelings and field and the rest. This has to be realized and understood. So in order to break that pattern, you have to not identify yourself with your thoughts, and there's a way to do it.
Absolutely.
And to realize that. Yeah. So but I think we're done, guys, for today. It was just really to touch on masculine energy balance and how important it is for your ability to manifest, and to let you know that this week, Sunday, we'll be covering that during that event, the
Yep.
Great Unlock.
Got that coming up Sunday. It's going to be great, and walk away with a lot of good tools. As Corey brought up before, bring a notebook, bring a pen, a Word
yeah.
file, whatever you got. Yeah, that's going to be a good
Oh
one.
yeah, do bring a pen and a notepad, because a lot of detail. We're gonna go through a lot of details, and again, for the one who don't know, you'll be able to also ask us directly question.
Yes.
Because it's a private event and it's gonna be via Zoom. So if you guys know how it works, you know that you can be face to face with us. You don't have to though, but if you so wish to, it's possible.
Yeah, if you want to. So that's the place.
Only if you want to. All right, guys. So until next time. Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao.